I'm Josh Paulison, and this is Inspector Josh Investigates TV. I study TV shows for writing lessons based on what their writers did right, and where the evidence was askew. And today, today we are looking at The Office, Season 2, Episode 9 in particular, Email Surveillance. Warning, spoilers are ahead, so if you do not like spoilers, I recommend that you shut this down right now, leave, go away, stop it, delete it, and just, spoilers suck. I hate spoilers too. I want to talk about the camera crew today because it's something that is a very cool concept in some ways, but it's very broken in others. First off, I really like The Office. I have only gotten up to this present episode that we are talking about today, but the pieces that I have seen I really enjoy. I mean, I cringe a lot too. I cringe a lot, but it is also very clever. It is very funny. It is interesting seeing the way that they have the different characters interact, and I would say that they do a very good job of having it feel natural and having it fit really well with the characters. But the camera crew is a source of a lot of confusion to me for a few reasons. One of them simply being, why is the camera crew getting away with filming everywhere in the office? Now, that in and of itself, there are different theories that I've seen. One of them is that it could be that maybe there was actually a suicide at the office, and this is why the recording crew is here. Another being that, okay, well, it's for some sort of documentary about paper. But there's a lot of confusion with those theories for several reasons, and one of them comes up in this particular episode. If this camera crew is just there for Dunder Mifflin, then why are they allowed into Jim's house for a party? If they're specifically for Dunder Mifflin, why are they allowed there? And beyond that, and again, I love The Office, but I am going to pick apart a little bit here. Why is it that when Jim and Pam are having a private conversation, talking together about, and it wasn't really a private conversation, but when they were hanging out in Jim's bedroom, why were they talking about all that and okay with the camera there? That seems to not make any sense. It doesn't make sense for the camera to be there anyway, but for it especially to be there in private places with conversations and all of that, it doesn't quite fit to me. On top of that, couldn't people at Dunder Mifflin higher ups see some of this footage and fire some of the people for the things that they are saying about the company and about other workers? Wouldn't this come out at some point? Or is the theory that we are seeing this footage, but nobody else is? Where are we getting this footage from? We may be getting it from the camera crew, or is this some sort of secretive, nobody in the office knows that they're on public TV? I like the pieces for the interviews because it allows you to get a deeper look inside of the characters and different thoughts that are going on inside of their heads that they might not otherwise acknowledge, and you get to hear their perspective on things. For example, it's hilarious seeing Michael's different reactions to things that are going on and how he talks it off and how he plays it off, and then to actually see how he responds to his employees, how he responds to his boss, his supervisors, and so on. But again, I see the whole concept with the recording falling apart in several places. One of them being, okay, you're allowed to take employees away from their work in order to interview them. What if they're doing something important? Why? Sure, maybe you could get away with some time for that, but that seems like a really big problem in a company that you can just take them aside whenever you want and talk to them, especially if they have important work. Wouldn't the higher-ups at some point say, you know what, camera crew, not today. You're not allowed to be in here today. Or again, just let's go back to this. Why was the camera crew in Jim's house? That doesn't make any sense. I know for me, if I had a camera crew from work, I would not let them into my house to record a party with my coworkers. I could see some of my coworkers, maybe they would record some videos like, hey, fun party. But why would a camera crew be in there? Especially if I'm having a conversation with one other person inside of my bedroom, or all these different things that it doesn't quite add up to me. Again, I will say I love The Office. This is not a review channel, but that is a big hole that I find. And most people don't care. They like The Office, and I don't blame them. I like it too. But as a writer, I think it's important to understand why we do what we do. And as always, to understand if there are holes, are those holes acceptable to us? I wouldn't be surprised if the writers thought really hard about this, what this could be, why it could be happening in both the UK and the US versions. And sorry, I did not clarify this earlier. You can probably guess by my accent, but I'm talking about The Office in the US. So for me, the lesson, know why you're doing what you're doing, and if something doesn't work, figure out if it's worth going through with willing suspension of disbelief, which personally I'm not a fan of that perspective. I could talk about that in another episode. I have a different angle on that, but it is very important to understand the shortcomings of what we're doing, the strengths of what we're doing, and to figure out what is best for telling the story. Case closed. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with another investigation tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter or check out my other great story resources on my website. You can find links to each in the episode description. Music provided by Comfortable Mystery 4 by Kevin MacLeod and Compotech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. You can find more information in the episode description.